Soul fam, it's Thursday. I don't know where you're living, so I don't know what time it is there. But it's Thursday. Shit. You might be in Australia and it might be Friday. How weird is that? You know? How weird is that? Either way, it's all bullshit anyways. Time's an illusion. It's an absolute illusion. But you know what's not an illusion? That are real? Real as can be, but we don't see them. But they control our lives. And that's our beliefs. Our beliefs are wreaking havoc on creating our best life. And you know, instead of learning a bunch of cool shit, like, I don't know, like acupuncture or massage, like say you want to go to school for something like that, you know? Well, you're first, honestly, don't do nothing except work on yourself. At least the first, I would say, 3 years. I wouldn't make any decision, tell you the truth, at least as far as, you know, career, passion, purpose-wise. I wouldn't. Because you never know. Unless, of course, you feel guided to and then you follow through. But not have any intention. Be like, you know, I'm just going to go with the flow of life. I'm just going to follow, chase my highest joy, and I'm just going to see where it leads me. You know, I've did the other way for so long. I've listened to my parents, and I did what they thought was best for me, and, you know, took the advice from my friends and my loved ones and all these, and, you know, it just hasn't got me where I wanted to be. So maybe I should just start trying things my way. Like, thanks for the advice, y'all, but I got this now. And just start following your heart, your highest joy. And to truly believe that at any moment in time, your life could just transform into something great. Truly great. Especially if that's your intention and you're setting your intention every day. And you're like, I set my intention to be the greatest expression of love that I could be today. I set my intention to be better than I was yesterday. You know? And it's these intentions and these beliefs that guide us through life, but we're not even aware of it. We're not even aware of it. We wonder why we're all so broke, not knowing that, you know, we have a lack consciousness. We live in scarcity. And it's bringing that all into our lives. So we have to realize, like, there's no scarcity. I'm supported. And at any day, at any moment in time, that abundance could just crank up. However you want to word it. But honestly, the reason why I made this video, just to share that. To share that. In order for your life to change, you have to believe it. And the more you strengthen that belief that you are capable, you are worthy, you have everything that you need, you have everything that it takes. So you're good, you're golden. And create this belief that at any time in your life, at any moment, in any second of the day, your life can transform. It don't have to be, it doesn't have to be linear, I build this website and then I create this brand, and it doesn't have to be like that. It can be like that if that's how you believe it has to be. But it could also be you have this bright idea that doesn't really take much resources. It's like that great, and you just put it together right there. Bam. And next thing you know, it totally transformed your life. And it's something that simple. An invention that will be of service. You know what I mean? And that's why following your highest joy is so important. Because it clears your mind of the bullshit. Like when you're doing shit you love or you enjoy doing, you're not in your head thinking about all the bills you have to pay, or how you have to be here at 7 and you don't even want to go, and like, you're not thinking of any of that shit. And that's the whole point of following your highest joy, is it puts you in that vibration of just flow, of just acceptance and surrender. And that's the goal. So get there. But yeah, you have to believe it. In order for you to reap that benefit, you have to believe it. And I think it's important that we start communicating that to ourselves every day. I truly believe that any moment in time, my life can change for the greater, for my highest good. I know where I want to go, and I know Spirit is guiding me there. I trust. And just knowing that. And just knowing that you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be anything except yourself. And you could just let go. And that's what people don't understand in life. Is like, you could truly learn to let go. But that's a muscle that you have to exercise. Surrender is a muscle that you have to exercise. You know, and the universe will give you opportunities to surrender. But we ignore it. For example, let's just say you're on your way to an appointment and you leave the house, you get 3-4 blocks down, and you notice you forget something. You don't necessarily need it, but you want it. Now you could just surrender and say, you know what, I forgot it for a reason. I'm just going to go without it and just go with the flow and let go. God gave me this opportunity to space myself from it. Obviously, if it wasn't a top priority and I didn't grab it, it just wasn't meant to be. And surrender. But most of us will be like, nah, man, I'm turning around and I'm going to get that motherfucker. I need that. You know? And I've had situations, you know, where I knew I had, you know, I was given an opportunity to exercise this muscle of surrender and acceptance. And I remember it was in Arizona, and I had dropped a shirt. I had dropped something, you know, and I didn't have much back then. So anything that I had, I was like attached to. I felt like I needed it. Oh, headphones. I had my headphones, my Bluetooth headphones, and I left them. And I could have turned around for them, but some told me just let go, surrender. And I did. And I ended up getting that pair of Nike Air Max that I thank God for before I got them. That's that experience that happened, yeah. And if I didn't surrender and accept and I went back for those headphones, I would have never met with dude. I never would have seen him. I would have missed him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain things that, like, if you have an intuition to do something, but your mind, your egoic mind, is fighting behind you, saying, no, go get that. Surrender to it just to see, even if it's one time, and you'll be amazed. Be like, wow, I surrendered that, and this is what happened. And it would have never happened if I didn't fucking do that. So I encourage everybody to start exercising that muscle of surrender. It will serve you so much. It will relieve so much suffering, you know, because all our suffering is caused from attachment, us attaching to a certain person, a certain device, a certain habit, a certain anything. It's attachment. And when this attachment gets pulled from us, we feel like something's missing and we suffer. But it's all just a construct of the mind. Nothing is real. It's not even real. That's the crazy thing, you know? But beliefs are everything. And in order for them to start working in your life, you have to be mindful of them. Be mindful that every time you go to make a purchase, do you worry about not having enough later? Then you got a fucking you got scarcity consciousness. You know? Pay attention to that. You know? When you're eating, Are you focused on what's for dessert instead of enjoying the meal that you have in front of your face? You know, you have, these are all beliefs that we have, and we have to find out why we have them. You know, like someone asks you something and you're afraid to give your opinion because you might get ridiculed, so you just like go around it. There's a belief that you have a belief that it's not safe to express yourself. And now that you've watched this video and this video found you, because there's no accidents in this universe, so if this video found you, it was there for you to become aware, more aware of these self-limiting beliefs that show up in our life that we keep living out. Because one thing that I'm becoming more aware of, which is fucking like, thoughts never hang around. Like, when we have a thought, let's just say you're a smoker, right? I vape, and you have a urge to hit the vape, and you hit it. You actually don't. Like, if you just waited like 30 seconds, that thought would be gone. It would be gone. But in the moment, it doesn't seem like that. It seems like it's there to stay. And sometimes, depending on how deeply anchored it is, it will. But you still gotta just know that these thoughts, they come and they go. None of them stay. And if you just learn how to distract yourself when you have one of those thoughts and be like, oh, that thought's going to be gone in like 10, 15 seconds, and find something to do, not a distraction, in a sense of a distraction, but like you're aware of it. Be like, okay, it's coming up. I'm aware of it. And I have no longer, you are not in service to me. So I let you go. And then, yeah, so they take time, y'all. They really do, and you need to have patience with yourself. But there's no accidents in this universe. If this video found you, then it was meant to be. And they want you to be a little bit more present, and just know, like, don't pay attention. Don't be like one of them sheep, man, that, you know, you look at the views, the video, and it only's got 30 views, and, you know, the channel's only got 200 subscribers, and be like, oh, they ain't got nothing to tell me. How do you know? What, because it hasn't went viral, or because there's not 1 million people subscribed to the channel? That just goes to show that there's a belief that in order for me to accept this as truth, I have to see everybody else doing it as well. So instead of me taking initiation and being the leader, standing in my truth and my power and say, I don't give a fuck about view counts, subscriber counts, any counts. These things that I'm sharing, they're just out in the ether, just floating around, and whoever needs to find them will find them. And I'm like totally detached from any type of like I'm not worried about subscriber numbers. It's like not my goal to create this, you know, big, huge YouTube channel, because then I'll become a YouTube slave, and then YouTube comes around and just cuts me loose. I'm not doing that. Like, don't get me wrong, if something came about it, cool. I'll just go with the flow of it. But I'm not attached to it. So let go of attachments. What will be, will be. And when the time is right, it will show up. But in between that time, fucking love yourself.